Hi everyone, this is Natalia from Santa Monica, California, and today we're going to be talking about marketing. So before we start marketing, we need to have a real good sense of our business. So we're going to go step by step, and we're probably going to have to take more than just a week to talk about this subject, but it's good. And I'll be posting some quick cheat sheets that I created for you. So the first step is to design a vision of your business. So a business vision. What is that I'm sorry, I'm looking at my cheat sheets. What is that you want your business to look like in 5 years, for example? Where would you like to be in 5 years in terms of your business? So that's something we want to start thinking about before we even go into a lot of other stuff, because that's going to lead us in where we want to go in terms of our business plan. Okay, so that's the first step before we even start thinking about a business plan. Then think about your ideal practice, not your perfect practice. As a friend of mine says, there's not such a thing as perfect, because of course we know as therapists that we only can get good enough. But your ideal practice, that practice that you've been dreaming of for such a long time, what would that look like? So think about that. Journal about that. Come up with all these ideas of what that would look like. And then we'll move into what's called the business plan. So a therapist business plan is a little bit different than a business plan for another kind of market, in my opinion. And I think this is where we have to sort of start really thinking what is that we want. And that's why I'm telling you have to think about what you want it to look like. So our therapist business plan, the first thing is that you want to do is define your product. And you're going to say, well, that's simple because I'm a therapist. I just want to give therapy. That's it. That's my product. I give therapy. Well, not really. That's not the thing. You want to think about who is that you want to market to. So if you want to think who you're going to market, first you want to think about what is it you're offering. Are you offering individual sessions? Are you offering group sessions? Are you offering parenting classes? Are you offering meditation integration into therapy? Are you offering couples therapy? And I know we can do it all. I understand that. But you have to focus. You have to pick one that you're really passionate about, and that's the one that you're going to develop and you are going to advertise and you're going to give it all for it. So for example, if I choose to work with couples, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to work with couples, but I'm going to really focus into affairs. The impact of affairs in couples and how I can help them rebuild trust. That's going to be my thing. Great. So now you have to start thinking about how you're going to market that, right? So that's where becomes the second step, which is define your target audience. Where you're going to market what you're offering. So another example. I'm going to work with children ages 6 to 8. Actually, that's too short. 6 to 10. And that's what I'm going to market. So that's what I'm going to target. That's my niche, and that's what I'm choosing. Great. You can even go a little bit more in detail about maybe children who struggle with anger during that stage. So you're targeted even more. Or you can say, I want to work with toddlers and tantrums. Awesome. So where are you going to target? Where is your target audience? Well, if I choose toddler, my target audience are at preschools. So guess what? That's where I'm going to go and advertise myself, at preschools, because that's where I'm going to find the parents, and that's where that's my target audience. That's who I want to get. You see how things start rolling as you define something. It helps you define the next step. So your next step after that, it would be the strategies to reach your market, to reach that target audience. Okay, so in that I was saying to you, you could choose, okay, what kind of strategies? Okay, one strategy could be giving free talks at a preschool about tantrums. So in that way, other parents will talk about this talk that they went and it was free and it was great and it gave them some tools. And you're going to say, well, but I'm doing it for free. Yes, but that is a way to sort of attract your audience, attract that market that you're working so hard for. once you found that, you're going to have to think about resources. Which ones are your resources to target that market? Your resources in this case is your connections with preschools, maybe going to talk to principals at preschools and see what kind of program they have. You can even then become someone of a great resource for that preschool as well. So just you see how things start developing. Someone was asking about how psychology today is sort of like not working for them. Well, some of the resources you can think about advertising too is Psychology Today, Good Therapy, start writing a blog about tantrums and about how difficult it is, or start writing a blog about rebuilding trust if you're working with couples, or start writing a blog about women's issues if you want to build a group for women. So that's what you want to target, right? And then it comes the little bit more difficult part, which is the financial model that you have to develop. So you want to develop a financial model to help you reach your goal. It's very important that you set realistic goals. And like I said, I think I said at the beginning, this plan is going to be changing as you are changing and as your business is changing. So that's very important. So one of the pages on the CAMF paper that I posted, by the way, for those who do not know, CAMF is an association for marriage and family therapists here in California, and they offer great resources for therapists in this area. And that paper that I posted about building a practice, it has a lot of useful materials in there, such as the paperwork that then we have to build when we start a business. Writing the business plan is a pretty good paper. Is on page 12 of that one, and it sort of talks about what your business plan should include, right? You don't have to spend months building a business plan. You don't even have to spend tons of hours. But writing this business plan is going to start sort of the wheels turning, right? And then things start making sense on what is that you're going to get out of this. So your financial planning, you choose a time period to reach your goal. And you know you need an office, for example, in LA. So that's something, if you're in LA, that's something that you want to think about. So you're projecting forward. What are going to be your expenses? And sort of project how many clients realistically you will be getting at that point, right? How much money you will need to invest. Remember, the first year is a very difficult year for every single business. It's really hard to start making money on the first year. Not impossible, but it's a little bit difficult. Also, you need to start thinking, are you going to go into the panels? Are you going to start thinking about insurance? Do you want to accept insurance in your practice? Or you want to be just private pay? You just don't want to have to deal with insurance. So that's also a decision you need to make onto that plan, add it there. If you want to be in the panels, then it's something else you need to plan accordingly, because you will need time to apply for all those panels. At the end of your forecast period, you should start to make some money. So a lot of people talk about 5 years. That's like the time that they think is more realistic. Our practice, I always hear that people takes about 2 years to really start taking off. I can see how it could take 2 years. I can see it it's difficult, but I think also the important thing, and this is why this plan should be updated all the time, is to come up with new things that will make your practice unique. This is the thing, you want to make your practice unique. Because there are tons of therapists in your area. So what is that you're offering that other therapists are not offering at this time? So think about that. So I'm going to leave you now for today, because I think I just blow your mind with all the things that I said. But I will be back with more information in terms about networking things that you can do. I'm going to leave you with one cute one that I thought it would be interesting to share, which to have this vision, this business vision, you can start creating like a vision board, and you can have a lunch with other therapists in your office and we're going to just create a vision board. It might sound silly, but it's a way to attract other therapists into your office, to start networking with them and think about, start discussing what it's that you offer to your clients. And then it's a great way to start your business. So that's one little tiny idea I threw out there for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be back soon with more things, more little ideas about networking. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.